I tell people this all the time. If you would have told me that it would have paid us right now, 13 years later, what it's paid us, I wouldn't have believed it, because I never set out to be a millionaire. The last 3 years, each year we've made over $1 million in income from AdvoCare. I never set out to be a millionaire. I set out to have great purpose, to bring a family together, to have more time with him, and to just live life without the limitations of money dictating our schedule.
One thing that Jen and I had in 1999, I was only 23, she was 24. But one thing we saw is we had a picture of us when we were 35 and 40, when we started having children, and I was working that many hours and coming home at night, not necessarily spending a lot of time. So our vision for our life really forced us to look at AdvoCare as a business, because we saw down the road, we realized that things were going to change. So we look at our children now, and I reflect, if I wouldn't have made that decision back in 1999, where our life would be today, we probably wouldn't have, 3 children right now. That's not just about time, that's also about the financial side of it as well, where the time that it takes and the financial requirements it takes to have children, I don't know if we would have done that if we wouldn't have found an AdvoCare.
But the personal payoff just here in our home is that we get to do some things that we're pretty passionate about that previously would have not been possible because of a lack of finances and a lack of time. And that is to be able to volunteer at our church as volunteer pastors, where we don't have to pull a salary because it's just what we get to do with our time. If you're working an 8 to 10 hour job and you come home and you get kids in bed, you get them fed, it doesn't leave a lot of time to pursue other passions in life. And so what's so exciting about AdvoCare and what drives me today to still help other families is to free up time. They can still get paid a lot of money, but have time and the freedom financially to do that. And we've not found a better vehicle than AdvoCare to help people.
We're in Maui, Wailea McKenna, which is south of the island. This is really tradition for our family. Our daughter McKenna, we named her after this area. And it's Hawaiian, it means gift, and we're extremely fortunate to be able to come here. But AdvoCare has been our vehicle to make this happen for us. And we still make money while we sleep, more or less. We still work while we're here because our passion is investing in others, because we want them to have the same possibility as we do.
The original genesis of this trip was to spread my mom's ashes in Kauai. We were able to fly over there a couple days ago before we came here to beautiful Maui, and her last wish is to be able to do that. This was not our lifestyle before AdvoCare. I just want you to know that this is the average person's best chance at above average success in life. And this is possible if you apply yourself here.
Growing up, going on vacations was just getting in the car and driving somewhere close. And if you got to stay at a hotel, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Being able to be part of activities, whether it's surfing, fishing, going to the spa.
Being able to charter the fishing boat that we're going out on Monday.
Yeah, kayaking. Those things cost money. When you get to do those things, it's like, wow. You just reflect on where you came from and think, this is so cool to be able to share something like this with our family.
AdvoCare is really about options for all of us to be able to do the things that we really want to do, or maybe get rid of the things that we don't want in our life. The first option that I wanted to take care of was debt. I want to be out of debt. And then when I realized that was starting to come about, I thought, what would it be like to not have to wake up to an alarm clock to start the day and go work for somebody else? And so I just started thinking about those options beyond just what money can get. What can it really get us in life, and where do we really want to be? If somebody's thinking initially, this is just going to take more time away from my family, it doesn't. It's what it will provide your family for generations to come, and your family works right into the AdvoCare process. This is an as-you-go business. Our family, our children, put us around situations and other people that need to hear this message. They need to change physically, they need hope, and they need hope financially as well. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what are we really providing for people? It's called hope.
You know, a lot of people talk about living the dream. You know, I know occasionally you'll drive down the road and one of your buddies will call and say, hey, are you living the dream today? And I truly can tell you we are, because we are doing what we want to do every single day. And by choice, by the freedom that AdvoCare has really granted us in our life, from a financial perspective as well as a time perspective, because so many people don't have time for this, they don't have time for that. And we have the blessing of as much time to invest in our children and other children's life every day that we truly want because of the gift of AdvoCare.
My husband was a full-time college football coach that spent every waking minute down at the field house where he worked. And you know, I really was a single mom. We had 2 little boys at the time, and we've had a little girl since, but you know, really, in reality, the load of everyday life was on me, and that's because Joe's focus was football. And you know, for the hours that he got paid, he just did it for the love of the game. And at the end of the month, that wasn't always great. And so I was working part-time, going to school to finish my college degree, thinking once I got that, I'd get a better job and we'd be where we want, we'd be set in life. But in reality, that's not true. And you know, I finished my college degree more so because I wanted the paper of a college degree and be the first one in my family to graduate from college. So it's more of a life goal, and that's what's neat about AdvoCare is it's let us continue to make life goals and life dreams and go on dream vacations and take our kids where they want to go. And now one of Joe's dreams has always been to coach his boys in football, and he's been able to do that because of AdvoCare.
I think the one cool thing for us is, you know, we could live wherever we want to, but we live in a state where there's 4 seasons, a town of 1,200 people, and we want to make a difference. And this is our calling, this is our home. Will we live here forever? I don't know, but at this time there's no urgency for us to leave. And I think especially at the time of life for our kids, where they're heavily involved in all the school activities, it's fun. Right now it's a fun time of our life, and like Gloria said, I don't think I'd want to be doing anything else right now. I'm living the dream.
Obviously, finances are a reason why you continue to do AdvoCare, because there's a lot we want to do in life, and it takes money to do life. But I will say, when people say, why do you still do what you do? AdvoCare isn't what I do, it's who I am. It becomes a part of who you are, to where each and every day it just is a matter of going out and being who you are by sharing AdvoCare, by sharing your passions, by sharing your products, by sharing your opportunity, and just loving what you do each step of the day.
Our kids were the driving force behind why we did AdvoCare. We knew that we wanted a better life for our boys.
To know what our boys have as a result of us saying yes to AdvoCare goes way beyond great income. Great income has given them incredible opportunities. It's given them great training. It's given them some of the best camps that you can get. It's given them opportunities to see the world. It's given them opportunities to, you know, have whatever they need to be the best that they can be.
And everything starts with ordinary. You know, we started with ordinary. You know, we lived in a beat-up house, drove a beat-up car, had a gravel driveway, and couldn't pay our $400 bankruptcy payment. So we started with ordinary, but that's the whole point, is that everybody who's living the ordinary has a deep, deep desire to have extraordinary. And there comes a day and time where each and every one of us have to make a choice. Do I want to step out and start doing something to go from ordinary to extraordinary? You know, AdvoCare lays out the extraordinary in front of you, and you have a chance to, it's like a set of car keys to the Lamborghini. You know, we've got this set of car keys and we dangle it out in front of you and go, here's the key. Do you want to drive? Do you want to jump in the vehicle and drive it? Because this is the key to extraordinary. Now, the choice is up to you, and we made the choice.